The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 189. You get the NASDAQ up 61. S&Ps are up 21. We have the gold contract down $16.60 at $12.34. Silver's off 11 cents, $16.31. Oil's up 27 cents at $48.35. The notes are down 8 ticks. The bonds are off 21. King Dollar's up 369. And they're back from vacation. Market woke up this morning. Man,
That's for sure.
Totally. And as we do each and every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, folks, let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade, Think or Swim. And listen, folks, every trading day right here, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, we do swim lessons. Kevin does swim lessons. Scott, Cindy, amazing program. You trade options. You want to listen to it. So if you're in your car right now on the West Coast, remember that you can get all our programming right on your cell phone. You just go to TFNN.com. You hit Tiger TV. You're going to get great HD video as well as audio. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How's everything going, guys?
Morning, Kevin.
Well, it's, yesterday, I'm sure you guys are doing the same thing. We were doing the program. I says, oh, man, summer trading already started, right? Do you know what I mean? It's like Mondays and Fridays are kind of dull, But
Right. You're exactly right, Tom. As this week goes on, let's face it, there's going to be less and less eyes on this market as we get later in the week. The European markets were all up last night.
Yeah.
And, the likelihood of the Brexit's kind of starting to subside a little bit. And there is nothing in the way of this market right now.
Yeah,
it is smooth sailing for the rest of this week here. The higher 10-year yield is going to put a tailwind under these financials, so they're going to be strong the rest of the week. I wouldn't get in the way of this market right here, frankly.
No, listen, man. I'm not even. It's not even close because you can see, and it's proven itself today, folks. I mean, that's the bottom line. It just came out of the gate. And if you did, if you were watching Europe before our markets open, guess what? The DAX had been up 1.5%. It's up 1.8. You got France up 2.1 rather, and the FTSE's up 1.1. So there's real action right around the world, and that was after Asia was flat to lower last night. So
right. As long as you don't get any bad news out of the Asian market and yet the European market strong, we're going to have some bids underneath our market, and and it's all systems go here.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. You got Memorial Day, and then we got window dressing, right? I mean,
exactly.
It's laid in here the right way.
So keep your powder dry here from the short side because I think they're going to run them here a little bit.
Oh, I agree, man. I'm still in hibernation until maybe the second week of June, and then we'll see. Hey, the way this thing shakes out, folks. Sometimes this thing can run right up to the second week of July. I mean, it's kind of the summer's a little tricky, man. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause it's like okay,
we've all been there, right? I mean, there's just less people, less eyes on the market. I always say it. People are taking time off and. These markets get thin and whippy, and they can run further than you think they can.
Yeah, and what does what does happen is that people love buying on Memorial Day and they love buying on 4th of July. You never want to be shy going into 4th of July. It's just one of those deals. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So you just gotta there's an old saying: keep your powder dry, and just be careful here. Don't get caught in a runaway here, short because things are hard to get back and. Markets get a little thinner,
sure.
Not as big a volume. It's moving on probably less volume than normal. But, it's just a time to, keep your powder dry.
No doubt, man.
Don't get overcommitted.
Yes.
And so what are we going to be talking about today?
Gamma.
Gamma. Oh, nice. Okay.
Every time we talk about gamma, Tom, and every time we break down gamma and go through it, we get tons of emails, tons of responses, because it's really... Of the 4 Greeks, it's one of the harder ones to figure out.
Yes.
I mean, what do you mean I'm getting longer as I go up or shorter as I go down or the opposite? Or what is this going on? Why does my delta keep changing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what. So we get a ton of. So we're really starting to dive into gamma and get more into it as people's learning go up to the intermediate and the advanced level. Because gamma is something that everyone should understand, especially as your positions start getting bigger.
You know, it's so cool, man. You can see, even I can tell how you're speaking, and I can tell myself when I'm listening. We're all getting a lot smarter listening to your program, man. It's pretty cool.
It is.
No, seriously, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's so funny, man, because it's like, wow, okay.
Options, you need a little education, too.
You do.
I do, for
I
sure.
do, too, man.
Exactly.
I mean, and listen, technically I can tell you what the deal is, but guess what? It might take me 20 minutes where that isn't what you can do. You got to look at it, Kevin, like, say, okay, this is what it is right now. Do you know what I mean? You know, I don't like having to think about anything. It doesn't supposed to work like that when you really know it, right? I mean, it's just supposed to be there, you know?
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Right. 30 years, Tom. It better be there, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, listen, man. You know, I like the hockey stick. I like the visual. I like the whole ball of wax. Hey, how about these hockey games, huh?
Oh my God! You know what? Everyone's excited about baseball in Chicago right now, and everyone's watching the NBA. I'm watching hockey.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Hockey playoffs are pretty cool, especially as you get further and further. They're so intense.
These guys are willing to kill themselves right now to stop a goal.
We've gotten some great games too.
We have.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what's wild, Kevin, is that everyone in Boston wants the Red Sox and the Cubs. You know, what a trip, right? I'm cooking, brother. We look forward to the show at 12 o'clock, man.
Go Bolts Nation.
Go Bolts. There we go.
Yeah, totally, man. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You get the Dow up 186, Nasdaq's up 61, S&Ps are up 21. We're going to be right back.
Just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow up 186 right now. Nasdaq's up 64. S&Ps are up 21. And we got a market out here, man. You know, we had no volume yesterday.
What's the volume looking? I mean, I guess we're only 45 minutes into the day,
it'd be good to look at
what.
it because, so if we take a look at the SPY first, because they're going after some swing points. You get 17 million, which is not bad. Let's see. So you're going after, well, it's going to take out the 77. Yeah, that's...
See what happens. 45 minutes into the day.
All right. The indice volume, you're at 170 million, which is light and there, and Nasdaq's 360. The Qs are the strongest out here. So the Qs right now, you're going over the 107.49, and you're going to get it. You're at 6.4 million in 45 minutes, and we're at 20 million.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's going to set up. This is going to be really wild watching this whole thing shake out, folks, because, you know, it looks to me like, yeah, it wants to get up into that area, and we'll see whether it can do anything once it gets there.
It could be a big day. I mean, you know, we joke about vacation. Most people really aren't on vacation the Tuesday before Memorial Day.
No.
But if there's nothing going on, you might leave early, right, or something like that.
Well,
so everybody's there, you know. It's
what would end up happening a day like today, if you're managing money, right, is that you'd say, okay, this is dynamite, you know, bottom line, we might put a few more positions on. If the market's holding, and say, okay, I'm out of here by 2 o'clock.
Who knows, right.
Right, you know what I mean? It's, you know, so bottom line is that it's out there. Now, what is intriguing, let's go over to gold, GCQ. I got to get into the Qs. So what's happening is that if you go look at the gold contract, folks, where you got the M contract, which we've been into, that's 173,000 contracts right now.
And that's the June contract.
That's the June GCQ, and we're rolling into the Q. The Q right now has 66,000.
Okay,
so
which is the August.
Which is the August.
June to August,
yeah.
okay.
And so today is the roll. Today, you know, tomorrow, what you'll end up seeing is that you'll end up seeing a lot less volume in the M and more in the Q, okay? Now, what's intriguing here is that the number on the Q is 1241.10. The number I'm talking about, folks, is that we broke topside from on April 28th. So that's what I'd like to see a close inside of today. Even though the swing is way down at 1211, but I'd like to see it close up there because it would show that, okay, it's still strong. Inside the GCM, inside the M contract, if you're trading that, which people are trading both of them out here today, that would be a close inside 1239.10. Right now we're 1235.10.
Okay.
Let's go to Jim in Oldsmar. Hey, Jim, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. How you guys?
We're doing great,
Doing
man.
good.
Yourself?
How are you?
Hey, I read your book over the weekend, and it was a really great book. I really love it a lot. I'm going to read it again this week.
Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you about, I'm still trying to learn this. I was looking at Juniper Networks, and I kept hoping it would pull back into anywhere from 22.20 to 22.35, but it took off today, and I had seen no news on it. I was wondering, wow, what makes it jump up like it did today when there's no news, and it doesn't look like a strong demand area for it?
Okay, let's take a look at it. You get Juniper Networks. The low is 21, the high is 32. Now, to answer the question about the jumping up, this is just a phenomena when what happened out here this morning, folks, is this. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the futures hit a low. They came back from that low fast furious. And what had happened, Jim, is that our futures were still only up like 7 or 8 points. And Europe was up 1.5%. And it's like, hold it, this is not going to go like this, okay? So the jump ahead is just about in all the equities, and what that would be the market itself basically plenty of people looking saying, "Oh, we're going up, man," and so bids are going in there very quickly.
Sure.
You
There's
know?
a general market boost, general market demand,
Right.
buying.
Right.
There was a big home sales beat, right, this
Right.
morning.
Right.
New home sales or new home something.
Yeah.
So there's good news there too. General feelings.
Yeah. So if we get in, we take a look at the technically in here. What you have is that, so this came down hard in January, hit a low of 21.95 with 28 million shares. Came down again in April, 22.40 with 23 million. And I tested it. So what this really hasn't got yet, Jim, what you'd want to basically wait for is a sign of strength. So a sign of strength would be a wide price spread, accelerated volume on the way up. Then as you're backing down, that's when you'd want to basically say, okay, now I'm ready to take a position in this. So this equity has not done that yet.
Okay. So you're saying it would have to pull back to those lower levels like 21 something.
That's correct, yeah. Then that's the first part, but if it only just pulls back, I still wouldn't buy it. What happens there is that you'd be saying, okay, it pulls back in lighter volume, but then you want to wait for a sign of strength, meaning it goes up with volume expanding and you have wide price spread. The reason for that is that now you know that you have a large buyer that's in the equity, and then you wait for the pullback again into that area.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. That's some good information. And like I said, I really enjoyed your book, and I'm going to read it again this week.
Yeah, when you go, this is what you want to do. What I just explained there, right, is the quality volume chapter. So if you just go over the quality volume, you see it's pretty clear, okay, that what a sign of strength would be. The first part in the chapter will have the testing of the low, right? The second part of the chapter is going to have that you have the wide price spread, and then you wait for it to come back down. And then what you could do is you could go through that chapter and then go to the actual trade setup and Wrangle resources. When the whole I set the whole trade up, and so you can see that, okay, what are you waiting for? Where you put your stop? What you're going for? All of the above.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was looking at on the.
No, I can understand that. I can see it. The only thing you're missing on this one is that even after, because it tested the lows, okay, and it tested with lighter volume, but you don't have a sign of strength. So the sign of strength is the thing that you absolutely need, because then you never know what makes that come in, but most of the time that's going to be a large fund. That's not you and I. That's someone buying, hundreds of thousands of shares coming in. And then that means fundamentally that you have someone that is supporting the stock at that certain point.
So that move on February 16th was not a sign of strength back then. Is that what you're saying?
That would be correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad, okay, but that would have been a start, okay. It did 7.5 million shares, which isn't bad, and then you just died on the vine again. You just see, it would. When you see the sign of strength, you're gonna move, and your eyes, like when you look at this chart, your eyes will go right to it, and your eyes do not go to that. You don't have to, as I said at the beginning of the program, you don't want to have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
It's subjective a little bit, but I know what you're saying.
No, it is subjective.
In that it should be present and obvious.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
Fine.
Have a great
you,
one, man.
thank you.
Thanks for the
Jim.
call. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You get the Dow up 198, NASDAQ's up 67, S&Ps are up 23. We're going to be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow of 200, Nasdaq's up 69, S&Ps are up 23. Let's go look inside the Dow. First I want to see percentage-wise what we have. So right now the Dow is up 1.1%, the Nasdaq is up 1.45, and the S&Ps are up 1.2. If we look inside the Dow, the strength, look at that. Every Dow stock is positive.
Right. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Nobody has any particular bad news out, probably, because I guess when the Dow's up 200 points, unless you really have something going on horribly, you should probably be up.
Yeah. So the laggard, the worst performer is Boeing. It's still up 5/100ths.
That's like
it's up 6 cents.
Borderline even. So
right.
Something's going on there.
You get Visa up 2.3%, Intel's up 2%, Microsoft's up 2%, American Express is up 1.9%.
Big numbers percentage-wise.
It is big numbers. We go inside the NDX 100, and this is pretty intense. Okay, so look at this.
Yeah.
You're talking 100 stocks, and we have 96 of them probably going to be in positive. There's only 4 that are zero.
And realistically, there's only 2 that are really negative. CSX is borderline even, just like...
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's really unusual, folks. Okay,
I wouldn't want to be in those 2 stocks.
Yeah, that's a fact.
If you were long.
So let's see what it is. T-Mobile. That's weird.
And Charter.
And Charter Communications.
What's going on with,
so it has something to do with
communications. Something. Yeah.
The number 1 mover out there is Western Digital. That's up 4.4%. C-Trip is up. That's a China stock. 4.3. Baidu, another China. 4.3. NetEase. Yeah, it's up 4.1. So let me see. So NetEase, okay. Internet technology development, application service other than internet technologies in China. The company's core business is email service. So this is a China stock too. Yeah, it's a China stock too. Interesting. Okay, so the top 3 are China.
It says it must be tied in somehow.
Yeah, and China didn't move last night. How's that? Isn't that funny?
Yeah, they're Chinese stocks, right?
Yeah.
Sure, maybe they're coming out with earnings, maybe they're all affecting each other, maybe they're talking about the Chinese economy, demand, supply, all of the above.
No doubt. Let's go over and take a look at some of the higher volume stocks. And thus far, we do have some volume inside the NASDAQ. Best Buy. Best Buy is getting hit. We'll go back to that. That's down 244. That come out with numbers. Netflix is up $3. You have DSW. I have to pull that up. What did come out, I believe, is the Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers come out with numbers. They had some good numbers. That's up $1.64. So their backlog, this is, I got to read about this later. So the backlog, folks, is $4.19 billion. That is, I believe, going to be a monster backlog number. Let me just see. We'll see what they take in a quarter.
What's a explain the backlog when you say that.
So this is intense. So picture, they take in per year, they expect to take in this year $5 billion, right?
Yes.
A backlog is, let me pull it up here. A backlog would be the amount of houses they have under contract that they're building.
Okay.
Which is just huge.
Sure.
Where is it again? I saw it out here. One second. Tours.
I mean, that could be, if you're growing at that big of a retrade now that they are, having huge growth. There's housing growth is going well, obviously, with the numbers, that they could have a full year's worth of contract when you're building houses.
That's a great business.
Not outlandish. Yeah, it is great.
But
for sure.
Yeah, so the backlog is $4.19 billion. Yeah. That's pretty intense. The adjusted gross margin, they got big gross margin too, 25.8 to 26.2%.
Not bad.
Now watch this. I happen to know, of course, this business. Now that gross margin has gone up dramatically, because watch this. So this is the number out here today, but if I get into their numbers for a second, because I've been looking at these ratios, that's where I want to go. So if I get into their ratios, you're going to see their profit margin is 12.8%. Now these will change, folks, okay, because this just come out today, okay? But look at what a trip, right?
Sure.
Which makes sense, because what does happen is that now if we go to the actual home sales, purchase of new homes in the U.S. surged in April, the highest since 2008. The sales jumped 16.6% to 619,000 houses.
Yeah.
And of course, inside of that, you're going to have price increases, which brings their gross margins up. Right?
Sure.
And
that was even bigger than all the estimates. The highest estimate, I think, was 523, or the median.
Right.
So they had big estimates, but they blew away the estimates too.
Yeah, look at that. Because they
508 to 533.
Right.
Yeah.
They had already upped the estimate. And they still went higher than that. So bottom line is that, and I believe that if we really, that because of the downdraft, that we still need so many more houses, because the houses weren't built for so long.
Yes.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
NASDAQ out here, the NQs, you talk about catching a run, they're up $70.
I mean, Dow's up to 210 now.
Yeah. Or S&P's up 24 points, NQ 6, and this is a big day.
Yeah.
So the NQs are blowing away the 44.03 swing point. That sets up that sets up a run right up to 45.06 or something. It's not that far from where we are, actually, right?
No.
That'd be pretty, so let's say today's Tuesday.
It would just be one more day like today, actually, just to put it in perspective.
Right. And we go take inside the Qs. I believe the Qs have overtaken that swing point. It's not going to be much to do 20 million shares when you're at 7.7 million in
an hour.
Yeah, so 7.6 is a 42. They'll probably do 30 million.
It's been a big hour. I don't know if we'll do 30 off that extrapolation, but it could even accelerate if we.
No, off that I didn't do it like that, because that'd be like 42 million. I backed down off it.
I know, but I think you might need to back down more than what you back down.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, listen. It's 30's a decent number, but more than we'll see where it shakes out. The XLE. Let's go over to the XLE, because one of the hints here this morning too, folks, was the here. Let me pull the oil. It was the oil market. What's surprising right now is that gold continues to get hit, when oil shook everything off. So watch this. So the oil market this morning, you know, bottom line is that we were at 47.64. You know, that was at 4 o'clock. But when I was up, we were at, right there, we were at 47.89. And I could see it. And, well, with two different things ended up happening. The dollar wasn't up a lot. And, you know, it's like, oh, man, okay, you know, you're coming into the strength from yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Big contract volume there. And then, you know, it shook it off. And as it was shaking it off, I said, okay, man, we might really get some real action here in the gold. And it didn't happen, you know. And because when I look at the dollar, the bottom line dollar is not up that high. GCM, I'll stick with the M contract right now. There's no buyers here. So we need buyers. It's tested the low. So the gold contract's tested the low. The low that we're talking about, the highest volume bar thus far is at 10 o'clock. So you're talking 78,000 contracts. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. You have the Dow Industrials right now up 211. Nasdaq's up 73. S&Ps are up 24. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow Industrials right now up 215. You get the Nasdaq up 75. S&Ps are up 25. They're out of the gate. They're running, baby. And we talk about out of the gate. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming out of the gate, right?
And what's he going to be talking about?
I know, the consequences of a new market high.
I know, and he was talking
We're
about...
not going to put words in his mouth.
No, and he was talking about, he goes in, people should check it out on the front page. He talks about, the probabilities of a new market high and the consequences and what can occur in the possible scenarios if it reaches that market high as it goes for that new market high. And so that is a week from Thursday. June 2nd, for 90 minutes, people can sign up for his newsletter, The Opening Call. It's a subscriber event. You can get his newsletter free for 30 days. You attend this event, and you can try it out for 30 days.
From 6 to 7:30. So come over to our website, folks. You'll get his newsletter, as Tommy just said, 30 days, absolutely free. You come to the workshop. That's an hour and a half. And if you can't make it live to the workshop, don't worry. It's on your page. It's archived. You can go over it as many times as you like.
And just to put it on the bullet points, what market signs to be looking for that would signal a new high is coming, right?
Okay.
Not just this, what are the consequences, but, is it coming? What's going to indicate it's coming? And then, of course, we talk about rates, right? We talk about the bonds, the implications of international competition for lower interest rates. We're always looking at that rundown of the international rates. Talking about deflation now, inflation later.
Yeah.
Basil talks about the excessivity of the times we live in, maybe, with a socioeconomic deal. And it's for subscribers to his opening call, so people can check it out. And in light of the market action, we got like 6-7 days. People get into his newsletter ahead of it, and maybe we'll see wherever the market is.
No doubt, man.
We'll see how actually topical that could be.
Yeah,
it'll be good.
And it's just this market, folks, right now. These ranges are just great for trading. They just, whether you're a bull or a bear. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
And Basil does consecutive peaks. He does peaks. We got peaks and we got troughs. That's for sure going on.
Right.
For sure.
There's no doubt.
So
now let's go over. This is going to get interesting because what you do have, the dollar hasn't been moving much, but silver just caught a bid. Now, when silver catches a downdraft or a bid, folks. A downdraft, guess what? Get out of the way. Silver catches a bid, well, guess what? That's the same setup. Now, this is going to get intriguing, because someone just came in this market. Silver was just trading at $16.28. Now you're at $16.44. 20 cents is not a big deal, but it is a big deal.
It's a 1% move.
Yeah, it's
to put it in perspective, right? It's a 1% move on a 10-minute scale. So
and it has volume behind the move. Intraday, this is good volume. Now check this out. This is what's going to be really wild. So silver, the breakout area for silver from the 19th is is $16.22. Silver didn't make it and rejected it. Now, this is where it flipped around with gold, because what was happening is that gold was refusing to get down to that level, and then gold just took that level out this morning like butter, okay? And we'll see whether it's going to get back inside it. Right now, it's making a run for it. It has till 130, to make that run. We hit 1233 on the June contract. We're at 1236.80. On the August contract, we're already inside it. So this is going to get pretty wild. So the August contract, we got down to 1236, and no, we're not inside it yet. It's 1241.10. And as I'm going through these different contracts, folks, just so you understand, I can picture, if you're not used to the futures, people say, well, hold it, how is it trading at different prices? Well, every 3 months, gold is rolling over. So you're trading it in the future. So most times what ends up happening is that the 3-month forward price is normally more expensive than the present day price.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. Many times it doesn't have to be at all.
Sure.
It can be a lot lower.
Yeah.
In the oil market, when oil was at $1.20, it was projecting that, guess what, oil is going to be cheaper in the future.
Sure.
And people said, it's never going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, guess what? It not only went cheaper, it went a lot cheaper, man.
Sure. And same thing, we're talking about oil. And Andy Hecht, he's doing these classes every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we'll still have it. Exactly. Second on the carousel, 12-lesson commodity trading course with Andy Hecht.
Okay.
He's already completed half of the classes.
Yeah.
But if you sign up, you get them instantly. In terms of May 4th and the May 18th classes he did, talking about term structure, right?
Yeah.
Backwardation, contango. And he's talking about location spreads, intercommodity spreads, quality spreads. June 1st, he'll be doing that. So you get instant access to everything he's done, these first 6 lessons if you sign up. and then you get the 6 lessons coming up, and you get all those classes for a year, and that stuff he's definitely covering in that class, which is so cool.
That's pretty cool because we're going to have June 1st will be Andy, June 2nd will be Basil.
You got it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Totally.
Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the SLV. So let's see. Inside of the SLV is the iShares Silver Trust. And that baby, let's see what she did. So we came down hard in volume last week. That was on Wednesday when the Fed minutes come out. And it looks to me like that's going to be a test of that area and a rejection of that price. So if we have the SLV close above $15.53 with less than 17 million shares today, that's what you're going to have there. That's going to be intriguing to watch how that thing shakes out. If we go over to the dollar again, we take a look at this dollar index because more than likely, the dollar, it's pretty wild, man. The dollar just hasn't moved at all for these commodities getting killed. DX. There it is. Okay, so we finally got some movement. Jeez, it doesn't take much to move to give it a spike. So, folks, check this out. This is pretty crazy, actually. So we went from 95.61 to
551.
550. It's only 15 ticks, and I put a bid. Oh, but look at the volume. Yeah. So the volume expanded. So we only went down 11 ticks in the dollar, but yet it had volume and put a bid under gold and silver. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so when you take a look at this dollar, now this is where if you're in the commodity markets, this is the crucial number to look at. It's on this contract that we're trading right now, it's $95.40. And where I'm going with that would get you in the higher range. That's the low of February 11th. And if it doesn't hold it, bottom line, then that'd be another failure, because it's coming into these up here have like 35,000 contracts, and you're at 9,400 right now. So volatility, we're gonna have the volatility out here. You're gonna have action out here, and I expect you more than likely if they can keep this market over these swing highs with some decent volume. This is going to be a great opportunity, folks, shotting at the highs.
It'll be interesting to see with oil coming out tomorrow, because oil's at like 49 right now. As that holds, does it hold near 49, 50? It's huge. Pretty intense if oil started trading above 50 in the $50 to $60 range.
For all of us, because look at this. Percentage-wise, you want to see something crazy. Unleaded gasoline right now is at $1.66. Now, that sounds good, but guess what? We never saw it down this low, but it was $1.14 February 9th.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You have the Dow right now trading up over 200. We get the NASDAQ up 75. S&P's up 25. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, don't forget at TFNN, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do live programming from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. And get all that programming right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Just hit Tiger TV. And, if you are on Facebook, like us on Facebook.
Totally. And Twitter, we're out there.
And Twitter. Yeah. And then on YouTube, you can subscribe on YouTube, right?
Yeah, to our channel as well. If
right.
you watch, that way, if you use YouTube, if you have an account there,
right.
they show you what you're subscribed to. I'm, of course, subscribed to TFNN, and then I have other things. Whether it's a podcast, you can subscribe to the people that you like, and then, as they post things under their account, like we post our videos under the YouTube account TFNN, you're able to track kind of what people post that you follow much easier than having to go to their channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which totally makes sense. So they don't give an email, right, on YouTube? No. But you'd go to your YouTube
channel. Who knows? You might be able to set something in the settings or something every time to get a notification. But really, it's just that when you log into YouTube or when you pull up YouTube probably on your app, you can see where you're subscribed, what you're into, what you follow, that type of stuff.
And so even when I do that update in the morning, that would be sitting there.
Exactly, yeah. So whether people have found YouTube, our YouTube through Facebook, find our Facebook through YouTube, they choose to subscribe. That way they just have easy access.
Nice.
To all the shows, for sure.
Totally. So let's go just take a look at the indice volume out here. Right now, you get the NYSE traded at 243. You got the NASDAQ at 584. The NASDAQ's got some juice underneath it.
NASDAQ's got a big move going.
It does, man.
Almost 80 points at this point.
Yeah, and look at this. So it's blowing away the swing point of 48.12. You're at 48.40. That's going to set up the run to 48.89, which is another 40 points. Your percentages are up 1.5. Now check this out, folks. Okay, this is, I wouldn't be shotting into this right here, and trying to get anything out here today, and this is why. The DAX right now is up 2.25. Spain's up 2.3. France is up 2.5. The FTSE's up 1.4. Now, when we started the program...
FTSE's up 3.3. Where are you looking?
1.4, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking at whatever the FTSE MIB.
Yeah.
Either way.
I wonder what that is. That's all
right.
So what happens here is this, is that when we started this program out, the FTSE was up 1.1. The CAT was up 2. The DAX was up 1.75. This thing is getting some momentum, folks, okay? So this momentum, there's no reason for that momentum to stop. You'll probably calm down here for a little, get some get a little more energy up, and more than likely you can see this thing get run again. Because the S&P is right now at 24. They can probably hit 30. Because that was let me just see something.
It's tough to be a seller in this market right now, probably. So
yeah, it doesn't.
I agree,
right. It doesn't. Okay, so yeah, see, okay, so the S&P futures, folks, are at 2070. Well, the swing point is 2079.75. It's like,
it's
the
high from May 10th. Just putting it in right. Good.
Right, and it's like, you know what? It can go for that. It's hanging up there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's waving to them, saying, "Hey, come on up. We got a party going
it's
on,
within
man."
0.5%, right? And
let's
that,
say
in today's move, even that's not a big number.
no. This saying we get
It's
some
waving, yeah.
We get some good food up there.
It's a party life up there.
Yeah, totally, man. They're saying, "Come on up."
Come on up.
Jay's up there. He's got a nice bottle of Chivas up there. We're sitting around.
Sure.
18 Chivas.
We'll see what the consequences are of reaching that new market high, right?
You gotta love it, man. Listen, folks, you stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. We do appreciate you growling a problem with us out there. Thanks,
man.
Wow! Go get him, folks. You get the Dow up 199, Nasdaq's up 75, S&P's up 25. We're gonna be right back.
No, we're done.
No, we're not.
Oh.
Sorry.
You gotta work.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.